the boys. We have Pele.
Mm.
We have Aaron.
What was that sound?
And
Nodding,
Devon.
I'm pretty sure.
There's no sync on anybody's voices, but y'all know him at this point, probably. It's fine.
We all sound the same.
To some people, yeah,
What the hell?
that's the crazy part. A lot of our voices blend together, so people are kind of like, "Huh? Who? What?" Probably because we all have like deep baritone voices, so some of us are louder than others. But like, I know me and Devon, for instance, have been mistaken. Like I've seen that happen.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Leon is also in there, as some people will be like, "Wait, what the fuck? Who?" I don't think Aaron and Pele ever had this problem because they're like loud. Like, this doesn't happen. But that being said, so obviously we got some things to talk about, but we're gonna speed right through these real quick. So the Game Awards happened. Astrobot won. Good job,
Woo!
Astrobot.
Yes, Astrobot
Astrobot
won.
won. I think it
That's
deserved
fair.
it.
To many of the chagrin of a lot of people that
People
honestly,
were
like,
pissed off about that. Yeah.
Wukong. A lot of people wanted Wukong, which I get it, but I do think Astrobot did like
Astrobot,
a
like,
I
so
think
much.
Wukong got
Glad-
snubbed for some things though.
I'm glad it was a good game.
Because Black Myth
Like,
Wukong didn't
really
win
good.
anything. That's the thing.
Yeah, it did get snubbed, but
They didn't win.
They didn't
yeah,
win
that's,
anything.
that's
know
what's
that.
crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I didn't
Damn.
get anything.
Yeah.
Trash
That's why
game.
everybody's like, okay, that's kind of wild.
I think it's because they're Chinese.
Oh, I that's the reason there.
That might be if it's a political side of things, then maybe yeah.
Damn.
But, Astrobot definitely deserved to win.
Absolutely.
It was a good game. A good game.
It was
that
like-
being said,
yeah.
they announced a
Astrobot
couple
won
things.
like 3 things.
They announced there was a lot of things, to be fair.
They did announce
We'll
2
start with the
things.
smallest thing, which is still one of the biggest things.
Ugh.
So, Elden Ring Night Rain looks really cool.
A 3-person co-op.
nice little-
3-person co-op roguelike.
Standalone. Yeah, standalone.
Roguelite.
Mhm.
Roguelite, yeah.
Looks fun. You get to play as 8 different characters, I think they announced. You don't get to customize yourself, but you play as heroes. It kind of looks kind of fun. And technically, this might be the way we play this one. It's going to be the same price as the DLC, which was like $40. So it's not going to be crazy. Definitely a smaller game.
I already have Elden Ring.
I mean,
so,
yeah,
you
but
know.
we haven't started the seamless co-op run, so I'm like,
Yeah,
this
we
might.
need to do the co-op.
I'm like, this might be
seamless
the better way of doing that. Technically speaking.
Because they said they.
Yeah, but I'd actually, I'd
But you wanna
honestly
go
like
through
to
the
kind
actual
of play like the
thing.
actual
Yeah.
game.
I mean,
like,
this
the actual. As much as this is
Yeah,
a cool.
well, I mean,
idea,
I assume this
Super
was.
fast.
I assume this was the same project from the same guy who did the seamless co-op because FromSoft actually hired the guy.
Oh, that might be it then. Oh, that actually might be what it is then. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it makes sense. Looks perfectly fine. It has the seamless co-op thing going on, so co-op being a big factor of it. For some reason, the only oddity in the game currently, and this might change at launch currently, but you can play as 1 because you can play in offline mode, and you can play as 3. There's no 2-player function for some reason. Like you can't play as just 2
yeah,
players.
that is
1
really
or
weird.
3. That's
Not
weird.
too-
That's really fucking weird.
So chances are it might get changed by the time it goes. It'll scale if you're playing on offline mode. Everything scales down. I guess there's something with that, but we'll see.
That's gonna
obviously
be annoying
people are
because
gonna be
me
like,
and
"That's
Jones.
weird."
That's gonna be annoying because me and Jones play a lot of co-op stuff together. So like we have to have a third person to play with each other. That sucks.
I mean, it'll be
Get
a
more
random,
friends.
if anything.
Get more
Yeah, true.
friends. I
mean,
have
like,
more
you have
friends.
you have friends that'll play it with you. So
No, I have friends,
there's
but
no need.
having a third friend who matches the same schedule as us is hard. It's already hard
Actually, it's
for
not
us.
going to be that
Oh.
bad because apparently the way it works is supposed to be, and we're going to speed through this. Like I said, it's supposed to be in each run of the game is supposed to be within like a 45 minute to an hour
Okay.
kind of thing deal, because you're essentially going through 3 days, and a day and night cycle takes 15 minutes in it, from what I'm understanding. So you drop in, you gather loot, level yourself up, fight as many outposts, do whatever you can. Nightfall hits and like it pulls you into a specific area via acid rain, so that you can still level up, but like you're basically going towards one point so you can fight a
So
boss.
is this a DLC or its own game?
No, it's
It's own standalone
standalone.
thing.
It's standalone.
It's a standalone game.
Let me show.
And then like once you fight that boss, it restarts again once like the day comes. So it happens like 3 times, but each boss gets harder until like you get to the last one where it puts you in a special location. That's from what I understand. They've been talks about it. People have been talking about it.
They look pretty
Apparently,
cool.
some people got to play it already. I don't know who those people are. I mean, I've seen the interviews and stuff like that, but like,
You
I'm
know,
just
you can
kinda
sign.
like,
No, you can sign up for the
wow.
beta test. You can sign up for the beta test.
Yeah, that's gonna be kind of fun
The lucky gamers.
for real. Just games journalist from the sound of it, which sucks a little bit, but yeah, it's
I mean,
fun.
we could
It's like it's
eventually
their job or
reach that.
something.
We could eventually reach that idea. Though I am definitely not going to be the game journalist who sucks at video games.
Oh, bro, none of us will be the game journalist that sucks at video games. All of us are decent at video games.
At least
And at the
try.
very least, if we're gonna send somebody, it's gonna be somebody that's like the biggest fan of that thing. You know what I mean? It's like,
If you ever get invited to anything Star Wars related and I can go and you don't send me, I will.
that's fair.
We'll
We're gonna send them money, obviously, for the Star Wars thing. What are you talking about?
Send Aaron to the Star Wars stuff. Send me for the Kingdom Hearts stuff, and so on and so forth.
Send Aaron to the
Billy, that's
Spider-Man
nice.
thing.
I'm going myself for the Kingdom Hearts. You can come
Send me
along,
to the
but like,
I'm gonna send Aaron to the Spider-Man thing. That's the best thing to do.
Nerds. Venom's better.
Oh man, send Pele to the Fortnite thing. Oh,
I'll be there to get good conversations for it, but I will not be that enthusiastic.
They make Rocket League 2 and we're just like, hey, Aaron, you want to go? It's like, sure.
No, I got one.
And
I
you
got.
know
I
what?
got it.
I
Send me
would-
for the Pikmin stuff. There you go.
Funny
That's
to call
fine.
Devon, like, you know, it's like, yeah, man, I'm at the reveal. It's like, what?
What? Yeah, we're looking at it right now. We're playing Rocket League 2 currently.
that's what I cry.
They added motorcycle.
The other thing that's well, I guess I'm saying, and this is in an order. The other thing that's pretty big is Onimusha got announced, right? So that
New
one's pretty
motivation.
big.
Woo!
New Onimusha is crazy.
New Onimusha.
Can't wait for my Resident Evil with swords. Doesn't look as much like a Resident Evil now, but then again, Resident Evil doesn't even look like how it used to look.
No, a lot of things change, and plus we haven't had a Musha since when again?
I don't know. Third one. I'd say PS2.
I don't even know what this shit is.
PS2. But,
I've heard of it because of
it's one of those games that's like
Onimusha
fun.
Warlords remastered 2018, and the
That's
Warlords
true,
came,
that did
but
come back.
Warlords, that's the remastered version. The original one came out in 2001, so nearly over 20 years. Holy shit!
We
Damn.
get to see Samanosuke again. Let's go. Really cool game. The gameplay already looks kind of sick. Not gonna lie. Some people were saying it might be Capcom Souls-like. I'm kind of hoping it doesn't play like a Souls.
I really don't want
the
that
looks
to
of
be.
it.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like one, but we'll see. Because honestly, it has its own.
I like
mechanics.
Souls games, but like, this is a hack and slash game from the looks
Yeah.
of it. Don't
Make it a Souls-like. It doesn't need to be a Souls-like.
I think that's why Wukong hit so hard for a lot of people. It feels like a Souls-like
But it's
game, but
definitely
it doesn't play like one in any
Same
way.
thing with
You're
Stellar
actually
Blade.
just out here swinging. Yeah. Well, I mean, I know other reasons why people play.
I mean, Stellar Blade actually, yeah, that's true. But like, Stellar Blade actually hits closer to like just being a character action game that like borrows
Yeah,
a little bit
it's
from
a very good
Souls.
character action game.
That being said, the next one that I could think of that's like the biggest thing is obviously, Okami 2 is a thing, or well, an Okami sequel.
I don't think they're calling it
As-
Okami 2. They'll probably call
They
it
said it's
something.
well, we don't know. They just said it was Okami sequel is an announcement, and it's being done by Clover Studios. They brought it back from the dead. Kamiya is leading it too. That's crazy. That's wild as fuck. With the announcement of Clover's being back again, that also means that anything that died with Clover's can also come back, which means potentially a Beautiful Joe can come back.
Bro, if they make a Beautiful Joe game in
They,
2025,
the studio exists now.
I'll scream.
The
I'll be
studio
so happy.
exists
I've
with
been
the dudes that made
daydreaming-
it.
Simply re-releasing Beautiful Joe as a remaster so that we could play it on
Would be
something
so
other than
nice,
the
right?
Switch. Please don't
Very
release
nice.
it on
It'd
the
be
Switch.
crazy.
Please don't make it only on the Switch. I beg you, please, God, Nintendo. Please.
It's a Capcom game. They
God.
might just
No, Capcom owns the Beautiful Joe franchise, so they can do whatever they want with it. It doesn't be on this Nintendo.
Like, I remember the only place I was ever able to find it was on the GameCube, and it was a pain in the
Hey,
ass.
Money, what if they just for Shinji Mikami's fun, they just make a God Hand 2 out of nowhere? They just make a sequel to it.
I'm gonna be honest,
Oh,
they could
dude.
do it. Who gonna
I'm
stop
just
them?
thinking of a Beautiful Joe. Bro, I'm just thinking of a Beautiful Joe game with modern day graphics right
dude.
now. Thinking of how fun that.
Like how
game
nice
is.
that game would look with its
Bro.
like art style, like fully fully realized now. Oh yeah, that shit.
How
was
is
so
Beautiful
crazy.
Joe not in Smash?
Honestly,
I don't know.
Genuine question.
I mean, he's Marvel
Genuine
versus Capcom.
question.
but,
yeah,
like,
it's Marvel vs.
crazy that
Capcom.
he's
It
not
wouldn't be on
that.
Smash, but I'm
Just
surprised that he's not
yeah,
in.
but they have Ryu in that
Yeah.
bitch too.
They put
so what the
Dante
fuck?
in Beautiful
Yeah,
Joe. You
Ryu.
can use a skin for him.
Dante definitely should have been in
Yeah.
Smash, but
No, I'm saying like Ryu and Ken are
Yeah.
in Smash. If it's Marvel vs. Capcom, then realistically, yeah, I guess.
Again,
you put
I
him
guess
there
his
too,
popularity.
you know?
Like I know Beautiful Joe was popular back in the day, but it's not like he's not. He's a bit of a because he hasn't had a game in years.
He hasn't had
yeah.
a game in years.
He's not as known anymore.
But hey, we're getting an Okami.
I never thought I'd see the day of
I
sequel
never
of
thought I'd
Okami.
see another one.
game.
Yeah, that was gonna be always a one and done. No, we're getting a sequel. Hell yeah!
She's back,
And-
baby. I can't wait for bro. Amani, in before people call it woke because they made the
Not
fox
that word.
female, like when the game comes
Bro.
out, bro. In before, that's all I'm
Dog.
saying. People are gonna like call it
If
out. It's
someone-
like she was already.
she was already a girl. She was a good girl. Shut the fuck up. If someone calls that kid,
She was
what
the
the
best
fight?
girl, motherfucker.
Yes.
In before, like, oh, they made it.
Now, I'm not gonna lie, this is not in order anymore, because obviously the biggest thing from this was Okami. But I will say, I am kind of excited for the new Naughty Dog project that they're doing.
Intergalactic.
Because the Intergalactic does look kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. Barely any gameplay in that. But like I trust Naughty Dog, and they're doing the thing that I always like, which is when like really successful studios decide to just do something very different.
something else. Yeah.
So how much?
Hey, they can stop re-releasing Last of Us.
Thank God.
Yeah, hey, Monty, I want to say
maybe
$5
Last of Us.
is going to be something like for Intergalactic is going to be shoved down our throats a little bit. What if they pulled
Yeah.
the
it
Last of
might
Us
be
where
fun.
like every generation comes out into another remastered version? Like less than
Yeah.
a year later, there's a
You know
remastered
what
version. of
sucks
Intergalactic.
We also-
about them re-releasing Last of Us so much? That it made me actually miss Uncharted. I was like, bro, where's Uncharted? I haven't seen an Uncharted anything in like forever now.
They remastered. They did the Nathan Drake
Yeah.
collection, which I haven't.
And the
played.
Lost
that was like
Legacy,
it, right?
then
Now it's
after
on
that,
And
PS4,
Lost Legacy
right?
was the last
they
Uncharted related
never-
game.
Yeah, that was on PS. That was on the
Yeah.
PS4. Like not even like that far into the PS4's lifetime.
Yeah. So I'm like,
So like it was before the fourth game came out.
you guys are remastering
So, like-
this fucking game. Like, I don't even. It's not even I don't like Last of Us, but it's the fact that you've remastered Last of Us and re-released and remade Last of Us like 8 times for like no reason. And like that, you completely can play all of them.
Remaster Jack and Daxter and Jack,
Jack
Honestly.
and
and
Daxter,
Jack
Uncharted,
3.
any of
And,
them, really.
please. My life is yours. The Jack and Daxter racing kart game, bro. That would
Jack X.
ironically go so hard. Jack
Yeah.
X,
Any of
yeah.
them would be really nice right now. I'm just kind of like,
Naughty
it's
Dog has so
crazy
many
that they
things
just
that they just-
we're like, oh,
Sly
Last of
Cooper.
Us, right?
Not
Last,
Sly
you guys
Cooper.
like Last of Us? I'm like, shut up.
Yeah.
But do
I
you
like it when I
Last
played
of
it the
Us?
first time. I'm good.
Here's everything. Here's a second game, and we're gonna also remaster the second game. Okay, even though it just came out, like literally like a
Here's
year
the
ago.
remaster.
Okay.
The remaster.
It's coming
new
back.
console.
It's like, okay.
Here's a remaster. It's like the fucking. We're getting to the Skyrim levels of like the just that's
Skyrim had the audacity to at least have some years between it. at least,
Yeah,
at least
at
be like,
least-
hey, look, we made another port to this other system. This is what's re-releasing. You don't have to play it. You already own the PS4 copy. We got that, but we're making
Crazy.
one for the Switch.
I'm pretty sure the re-releases of Skyrim has made them more money than Starfield did, which is sad. And
But it's
funny.
believable.
Yeah,
though.
it's believable, honestly. Because with Skyrim, it's still good as a vanilla game. With Starfield,
Trying to think. Besides that,
we have like a big one that we didn't talk about is The Witcher.
The Witcher 4.
yes, right. Witcher 4 came out.
Witcher 4 got announced.
Apparently, a lot of people were surprised that the series was going to be the new main character. I'm really confused.
I'm not surprised.
I
I'm not
was-
surprised.
Bro, I'm
People
so
just were
hyped
not
to be
prepared
able
for
to
that,
see
and I'm
it,
like,
bro.
did y'all not play the
I
third game?
The game that most
That was
everybody
kinda what
played
they
versus
did.
1 and 2.
I
I'm
barely
gonna be
played
honest.
the third
I
game.
didn't
knew that
play
already.
The Witcher 3, and I knew that Ciri
I
was going to be
never-
the new main character.
She's a
I
Witcher
never
herself.
played
Of course,
Witcher
it makes
1 and
sense.
2, I'll be totally honest. She's not even just a regular Witcher. She's more powerful.
Yeah, like,
than
she's-
the average Witcher.
she's crazy. I'm
She's insane. We're gonna have way more magical powers than like Geralt did or Geralt.
Yeah,
did.
it's
Just
setup has
surprised that
been
people are
crazy.
surprised.
Being surprised is stupid. They're fake fans.
I don't know.
They're fake
Being
fans.
surprised is crazy when like they set her up to be like the main
They didn't
character in like the end of like Wild Hunt, like at the end of Wild Hunt. Like it was very clear. This man's retired.
He's
This
like, I'm
guy's,
done,
you
bro.
know?
I can't keep doing this.
Yeah, I've been doing this for a while.
But hey, it's cool that she's
That looks good though. The gameplay they showed gameplay for it. It looked
Mhm.
good.
Yeah.
Well, and CD Projekt Red has said that they're going to make sure the launch of this will not be as bad as.
Let's hope that they don't have a Cyberpunk
Yeah.
launch again because
yeah, they're like never again. Plus, to be fair, they never really had like a bad Witcher launch. They got rushed by their own like
they got rushed by the devs.
Yeah, for some reason.
Do you think maybe like they just like the people that rushed them got fired?
Probably.
Hopefully.
They were probably. You know what?
Like,
I don't
hey,
even
man,
think they were fired. I think they were like told to step down because they were technically everybody's bosses, right?
Because like Cyberpunk now, like playing it recently, it's like, oh, this game's like fucking
Oh, yeah.
good. Like actually, holy shit, this game's.
I haven't even checked out the new update yet, but I gotta try.
You should. I haven't.
The new update has essentially a lot more customizations for it, so it's really cool.
So I want to check it out at some point, but I'll get to it at some point.
But like, yeah, I'm looking forward to Witcher 4.
I'm looking forward to Witcher 1 remake. Still, they're still working on that.
They are working on that.
Oh,
I never played Witcher 1, so I'd be down to play it. I genuinely was. I tried because I got it for free, and I was like, "This is so."
It is very rough. It is very rough.
Oh, it's stiff, man.
No. That being said, I've brought you all together for an interesting time. Did we just lose somebody?
No.
Okay, I thought I heard somebody disappear. Never mind. It's my mouse being stupid. But I'm bringing you guys here all together for an interesting time. So, welcome to something I am going to call the Mind Games. So, what we're doing, first and foremost, is I'm going to start up a stream for you guys. Through the magic of editing, you will hear music. Everyone will hear music. So not just you guys, but the audience. You guys, on the other hand, will be in the stream. But through the magic of editing, you all will hear some illustrious tunes playing through.
Oh my god, I'm just
everything.
We're in the Discord, like the endless loop. Of
Yeah, nah. Enjoy that.
Enjoy that.
But upon hearing these songs, the idea is to give me what you guys think this music is essentially like trying to do. So, I'm not the one that came up with this idea.
Okay.
But I wanted to try it because I listened to Distractable, right? Like, credits to them, Markiplier and all, and they did an episode like this. The only thing is, they got really stuck on one topic and couldn't get off, so I got a little annoyed with that.
We never do that.
But
we never do that. We never do that. We never do that.
But the thing is like, the best way I can describe this is, I'm going to play music for you guys, specifically mood, tone, style music. And you guys will each individually tell me what plays through your mind when you think of said song plays.
I got you.
Right? So when they got stuck on one thing, I mean, like, they got stuck on one bit and could not get off of that bit. Like, no matter what they did, they just kept thinking about the same thing. I'm hoping that level of synchronicity does not happen with you guys, but I think I have to mix up the music.
Well,
you have twins.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm aware that you two are the same.
No, that is fine. I'm excited for this.
But I'm hoping that, like, you two are able to, like, you know, Aaron personally deals with music in a very different way than Devon deals with music, regardless of how the two of you are weird. Like,
how it happens.
You just see music differently than most people.
I listen to dubstep more.
But yeah, I'll give credit to where credit's due. Got it from Distractable and Markiplier. So that was like, that's where the idea comes from. But we're gonna see how this plays out. I got a couple different songs. You guys don't get to see the names, but I do need to know if you hear it off rip. Usually when I play music through here, it's not really an issue.
Are you streaming your screen or are you streaming your individual?
I'm streaming my screen, so you should be able to hear it. Because I'm doing what I usually do with D&D, but I just want to make sure.
Hit play, just to make sure.
So, this is the first one.
Wait, give me...
This is a test, so we'll see.
I hear it.
I hear it.
All right. Yeah, give me a second. Let me check to see if my cat's not doing something stupid.
Alright, I'll pause this.
Interesting. We got a little sample of it. A little tease.
Yeah, little tease. Little tiny. I mean,
and he knows he was doing something stupid too because he ran into my room and like dove right into his little corner. He knew.
All right. So,
okay, I'm back.
let's get it. like I said, we're gonna go through each afterwards. So
All right.
I'm gonna play. I don't even know if I should play the whole song. Play like a minute of each song, and you guys will be able to.
You gonna play what?
Like a minute of each song, and then you guys will essentially tell me afterwards what you guys saw visually.
We're gonna do song by song, like one song, and then what we feel, and then okay.
All right. So I'll go in order of the Discord. Aaron, what was you thinking the entire time? What did you see?
So it gave me like the mental image of like very Lord of the Rings almost, but it gave me like a mental image of like being like a bird or something flying over something and like seeing things, like the entrance to a movie or something like that. You know what I mean? Like you're being introduced to like some kind of new land or something.
It's a vibe. Huh. All right, Devon, what did you see, my boy?
I was thinking House of Dragons. It's like a mystical land.
Very fantastical.
Yeah, like some magical
fantastical
land and shit, like people flying around.
Yeah. I was thinking like literally like the opening scene of a movie where like there's like a fucking
like the intro of a show or something,
and then like it comes over a hill, and when the bass dropped there where it got really loud, it's like, oh, there's this big fantastical city. That's kind of what I was literally thinking. It's like, oh, you know, this would fit pretty well in like a D&D setting.
All right, Pele, what did you get, bro?
Roughly the same idea for what those two presented, but more like, well, since the music's very similar to that, I would say like Assassin's Creed or The Witcher. I imagine just simply like
Assassin's
Creed. Just a
Yeah.
figure looking over a cliff face and seeing the massive world open up for them with the sun coming off the horizon.
That's what I'm saying.
It sounded like Assassin's Creed is why I was thinking of an eagle. Like that whole time, I'm like, this is like the intro to an AC movie. Like actually, like this is.
All right, bet.
I was keeping beat with the strumming.
Okay, let's do. We'll go up. So we'll do this one next. So for this one, Aaron, once more.
Yeah, like the first half of it had me thinking of the Robots movie from back in the day, with, like, the animated one.
Okay.
It had me thinking of that, and then it like flowed into like a Coca-Cola commercial. I can't describe why that's what that sounded like, but it sounded like a Coca-Cola commercial. I don't know how to describe it.
It suddenly became Coca-Cola.
Okay. Aaron, what the fuck? Yo, you gotta like do it like me first something, because this is so weird. Because I was thinking of a robot dancing with a beatbox, like walking around. And then when the beat switched up, I was like, oh shit, this is like he's at a club now. Like he's like doing like the DJ.
He's at the club.
Alright. And then Pele, what about you?
For me, it was more like thinking of a cityscape type of situation. If we're gonna go idea with the robots
Yeah.
situation, more futuristic, I would say, not say
Yeah, really,
direct
really
mechanical.
Well, I
futuristic.
mean, it's what you were
Yeah,
thinking.
nah,
Like,
it's
at
more
the
so
moment
what
you
you
were
were
listening
thinking.
to, like not based off.
No, just like in person wise, but it's like a cityscape situation, kind of like more in the streets. Graffiti, funky
Mm-hmm.
music, and all that such. Like a little bit like Jet Set Radio. If that makes any reference
Okay.
points.
The robot in the
Just
streets was
for
chilling.
just for ideas, the first one was known as Camelot. That's like the first song. It's called
Okay,
Camelot, and then the second
Okay.
one is called Let's Go.
I can see what
Let's
go, yeah.
It was busting.
Start with "Let's Go." The fuck's
I the beginning of it just reminded me of like the ending of the Robots movie, where like the dad starts playing the trumpet and everybody starts singing.
he's
They start
played.
singing, Get up off
Yeah,
of
he
that
plays
thing."
James Brown. He plays
Yeah,
James
literally,
Brown.
it just gave me that vibe for like the first part of it. That was
All
funny.
right, that's sick. That's sick. All right, let's get into this next one.
God.
All right,
Okay.
so for this one, we're gonna start at the bottom
Okay.
actually this time around. So we'll go the other way this
Okay.
time. Pele.
Good. That
Alright.
gave me a ton of
For
things.
me,
I
it's think of
put
like
my
a
mind
more
in.
of a kind of a Victorian, like world setting, like with especially with the violin screeching early on, kind of more like I guess gothic with something creepier in the shadows, moving around really bit, and just kind of rising into this big conflict in the middle of the streets.
Okay, so what kind of conflict we got going on in the middle of the streets?
I would say what's like steampunkish. I would say something a little bit like the idea of the sauna, where things are attacking each other, just like people to the I guess military force, and things actually with like fire bombs blasting everywhere.
I got fire bombs. All
Oh my
right,
God.
Devon, what you got, bro?
I got like in the beginning like ballerina girl dancing. Then I'm like, oh, this is like a mystery show intro because like it switched up into like, oh wait, this is like a show or something intro. It's like stuff crazy going in the background of like this girl like twisting around and shit. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
I
With the
got like
pos-
almost a Netflix series
Yeah,
introduction.
yeah.
I was like, damn, look at this ballerina. Oh shit, it's getting real.
Could you play it like back up like a little bit and then play it again real quick?
I
Or
did a
just
redo
like a
on
second
this.
Hold on.
So like, how far do you want? Like 30 seconds, right?
Like how yeah, go like 30
That
seconds.
dude scared me.
Go like okay, from those 30 seconds, go like a little bit more back. Okay. Okay. You get. Okay, so honestly, I get the Victorian kind of feeling too. The violin I think helps with that. Like I was getting that Victorian kind of feeling too. But I was thinking more of almost like the beginning part with like the violin going nuts. Envision like Sherlock Holmes maybe doing like the whole like putting up the wall and connecting everything with the fucking red string
Okay.
type
Yeah,
shit.
no, I
You know
get
what I
it.
mean? Like
Just
going
putting it
nuts.
together.
But then like then it got like super intense. So my brain thought of like, okay, so like maybe he's like looking for a killer, and he just
That's the
found out that not
mystery.
only does he know who the killer is, he knows who the killer is. You know what
Okay,
I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's a way
Like,
deeper
it's a
kind of like
the threads
revelation.
You
get
got the
cheaper.
mystery feel too.
And now it's like he did it the whole night because it's very, very bright, very like so he did it the whole night, and then like when the voices came in, it was like daylight, and I'm on my way to stop this kind of situation.
I'm not gonna
So,
lie, for this one, I actually kind of envisioned like a chase scene.
Mhm.
Me personally, Like it seemed like initially it like started like kind of like chill, and then like it's like a monster or something started chasing somebody. Probably like Victorian era wasn't what, exactly what I was thinking, but I was thinking dark like dark alleyways and things like that. Probably around not exactly
We're kind
Victorian,
of
but
thinking the same thing. It's like it's all crazy stuff, like thriller stuff, like
yeah,
wild shit
nah, I definitely
happening.
gave thriller vibes. This one is called Celestial Symphony.
Mm.
Called Symphony,
Yeah, Celestial Symphony.
Celestial Symphony.
All right.
Yeah, because then like the voice kicked in, and there was more of like a happiness to the song and like an enlightenment to it. So like
See, I found
my
it
thought was
haunting
like,
when I heard the voice. I'm not even gonna front.
yeah, and the thing is like it's not for me. It sounds like there's darkness in the very beginning and stress, and then once that comes in, it overlaps with like the erraticness of the violin and everything, and it takes over, and it's less of a oppressive force and more of like a like it's been dark as hell, and finally you see the light break finally in the morning kind of situation for me.
All right. So we're gonna hit this next one.
I'm sure someone that took music theory would be able to explain it better than I could.
Oh no, that's fine.
Oh, no,
The idea is to definitely just to kind of get you guys to just think.
Yeah. Well, I'll say it after this one.
Okay.
Epic bass drop.
I'll let this one run for like a minute 20 because it kind of took a second to get started.
Yeah, no, I was really hoping you didn't cut it off there because I'm like, it's building to something.
This is build,
insane.
build,
I
build,
kinda
build,
wanna
build,
feel
yeah.
like it's building.
But we'll start at the bottom again this time. Pele, go.
Alright, so in this one, well, since it kept just building and building and building, it felt more like I guess would be the revelation at the end of a series, like a really big plot line, and the music just keeps crescendoing higher and higher and higher and higher and higher until the final end of the situation, I guess.
Okay.
More in the fantasy setting, or it could be a dramatic setting, one too. I was gonna bring up an example, but I don't think you believe you finished Arcane yet, have you?
Oh, we have.
We all finished already.
We
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
the end. Then Victor and Jace.
Wait a minute.
specifically.
Whoa. Okay. But still,
That was so funny. I was like, no, we've all finished that here.
I get it. I get it.
Yeah,
you
I got you.
with that one.
I got you.
All right, Dave, on.
I was thinking elf singing in the rainforest, and then when the bass started going,
Okay.
I was like, wait a minute, she's chasing after like her homie or something, and then like it never happened.
Like she just never got to the.
Because he
Never
just
got to
kept-
the homie.
She just kept running after him, and then like it was like just jumping at the bass drum.
Just like it just ends. Just never made it. It's getting even crazier. It's just like it never happened. I never got a conclusion. Everyone needs to hear the whole song to get a conclusion.
Yeah. But we were like elf like singing in the rainforest. That's she was chilling, but then shit went crazy. She had to go.
It started raining.
For real. Okay, Aaron, check it.
Okay, so I actually got like the feeling of somebody exploring something,
Mhm.
and it's like building up. They're getting closer and closer and closer, and like as like the music kicks up, it's like they're finding more clues, or like they're finding more like evidence, I guess. Maybe like they're closer to getting to like what they're trying to discover.
Mhm.
And then when it finally dropped, and then it like they like reverberated with like the horn line and everything, was like, you know, going around like this whole like in the ground, and then finding El Dorado.
Yeah.
You know, or like going over, you know, something like that, like discovering something just absolutely immense.
That's fair. So this one is called Like a Bird.
Okay.
So
Like a bag.
I'm not gonna lie, when I can't really say it because I get to see the title, so sometimes the titles influence me.
I'm the biggest bird.
But like a bird, obviously you hear that one and kind of go like, oh yeah, I see it. It's
Mhm.
like it's just obviously like a bird flying over like a landscape or
Yeah.
something for this one. Which is funny that this one is the one that's like a bird, and the other one, the one for Camelot, you guys was like bird flying aerial view.
That's what I said. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so let's get this. Yeah, because we got a couple of these. We got what, like 3 more to go. These have been fun now. All right, so let's do this one.
We're done.
Wait, hold on.
That beep always
If it wants
scares
to
me.
Yeah, that people always makes me worried that my
Stop.
thing stops recording.
You're like, no.
Stop with the beep.
There we go.
Okay.
So, we'll start back at the top this time. Aaron.
Okay. It reminded me of the animated Robin Hood film with all the animals.
Huh. Okay.
It reminded me specifically. There's a song that little Robin Hood and Little John running through the forest. Like there's a song that sounded just similar to that, and it just reminded me specifically of that song. But I literally was just imagining like Robin Hood and Little John, like the
Little
big
John,
bear
oh.
and like Robin Hood,
Yeah.
just like running away from like the sheriffs or something like that through the woods. You know?
Okay.
Actually, it was a little laxadays. Maybe not that. It was them maybe just walking down, like just going down the road, walking,
Just chilling.
You know? It was like, but it was really like lackadaisical.
They're just getting into hijinks.
Yeah, not even that. They're just walking
Just
down the
chilling.
road. You know,
Just
literally.
strolling
They don't
down
even
the
do
road,
anything,
yeah.
like crazy. They're just strolling, chilling. Like it
Having
feels
a
very
chat.
like
Okay.
yeah, having a little chat, just strolling.
All right, Devon.
I thought of an old like Western dude, like this, like doing like a silly little dance, smacking his Billy Bobbies and his toys and his wappity wappity. He's all these things and just being all goofy and just walking down the street, doopity doppity doo, doopity doppity. Just being stupid with it. So this is going through my head when I was thinking about the song. Of an old Western guy with a
Okay.
really big hat.
He got a 10-gallon hat. Is it like the Doug Demodome style?
It's not
Doug
10-gallon
Dimmadome.
It's not
It
that.
like
just keeps
massive
going up
going up.
infinitely every time we see him. Just gets bigger.
Hi, I'm Doug Dimmadome.
It wasn't that silly.
Okay. It wasn't that silly, but it was silly. He was slapping his Billy Bobs and shit, you know?
Random words and shit, you know.
Alright, Pele.
For me, it's more like I guess like for especially with animated stuff or movies, like the introduction of a kind of a, well, in this case, a Western village where the camera pans over a hill and then there's a town and just people just going on by their lives. Some in silly nature, some in normal, and just like this weird, happy, shit-eating grins on their faces.
That's fair. I definitely thought very similar to you, Pele. I was thinking, when I first heard it, I was thinking akin to just, we're just in like a normal like Western bar, whatever,
Mhm.
and people are just chilling.
Mhm.
Like it's just a vibe. People are just chill, like relaxed.
Yeah. Hold up. Real quick, before like I wanted to show you guys like cause this is literally what I was thinking of.
We
when I
found
was,
the-
like,
we found the
hearing
clip.
this.
Roll the clip.
By the way, this movie goated.
Oh yeah, nah, it is.
This,
Oh yeah, just them walking and just, yeah, no, that's fair. This part. You know what? This is very similar.
I think I've
I can see
seen
it.
many
like,
memes and
it's
TikToks about this.
it's the instruments sounded like the song, like the singing part of the song, like the actual part.
Oh yeah, no, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
They're
so
vibing.
that's literally what I was thinking of. Just them like walking down, like just walking down the road vibing.
Now, this the song was called "Buck Dance" in past tense.
Buck dancing past
Yeah,
tense.
"Buck Dance" in
Interesting.
past tense. All right, so this is the next one. Let's hit it. All right, what are we getting from this
Yeah,
one?
another vibe. Are we going top bottom again? How are we doing this?
Wait, what, Naga?
Top or bottom?
How are we doing top bottom?
Oh, right. My mistake. We're gonna go in random order. Actually, fuck it. Dave Vaughn, you go first.
The
Guy
middle.
chilling on the wall, vibing, and like a future dystopian place is vibing, like cyberpunk-ish, is vibing, just chilling on the street. That's what I thought about this guy. This guy just chilling on the wall, nothing too much.
It's fair. All right. Pele.
Pretty much just like vibes type of scene, kind of like this dude just hanging by the window looking at the street. Doesn't have to be futuristic, just gonna be modern day. Maybe like a lo-fi situation where it just constantly just loops the same image for it. Then it does have that fuzz that lo-fi often does when it comes to the beat.
It's fair. All right, to Aaron.
I also was thinking of lo-fi, but not. I was thinking of literally like the lo-fi girl, like doing her homework, sitting there, with the rain in the background.
And the
sitting
cat
that's
comes
fair.
out.
But like whatever, like an appropriate version of the lo-fi girl would be for that type of music. You know what I mean?
I get that.
There's
But,
a
like-
sci-fi one.
But like
Those are
literally,
really
I was
cool.
just.
There's
like,
an existing sci-fi
yeah,
lo-fi.
just doing some homework, stretching every once in a while. But it's just like just her just sitting there doing paperwork, doing something on the desk.
Yeah, this one was called Coffee
It's a
Shop.
vibe.
Yeah, no, it's a vibe.
It's a vibe. Yeah, it's a vibe.
Which,
Coffee shops are a vibe. They're supposed to be.
yeah, well, yeah, at least for me, they usually are. It's like I get most of my writing done. But that one's always pretty good. All right, we got one more. So let's get this. All right, what do we got for this one?
Devon.
Oh, mine's pretty funny actually. It's kind of sad. So my brain is kind of weird. So I imagine like a Jamaican guy walking on the beach, just this vibe and chilling. But then like that beat was just going for so long, I got so bored. The guy started doing Fortnite dances.
He started doing
The
the
gritty.
fucking gritty, bro.
My man just hit an idle animation. What dance was he doing?
He was doing the gritty. He was dancing. He was just walking on the beach, like vibing, and then he started hitting the gritty. Out of
So
nowhere.
said that, and I immediately thought I thought about him hitting the Orange Justice. This and that started kind of wild.
The Orange Justice. That would be fucking crazy. Holy shit.
All right,
Oh, okay.
Aaron, your turn.
Okay, so the opening like drum roll and like how hard it was gonna go, it made me think like like old, it made me think. Jesus Christ, I'm blanking on the name of the singer now. I said the name of the guy saying "Get Up Off of That Thing."
James Brown.
James Brown.
James Brown. Yeah, it was giving me like a James Brown kind of like like breakdown kind of like. So I was thinking of like a dude dressed up, like a black dude dressed up in like in a nice suit, like about to like do a crazy spin, about to like do it, and then the reggae beat hit. And my brain shifted that and mixed it with like a Rasta dude. So I was thinking of like this like really like long like the dreads like with the really long beanie, but he was still dripped out in like how like like somebody like from like 80s would be dripped out in that way.
Okay.
And he was just like strutting down the fucking street. I don't know how else to describe it. Like that's just what I was.
Yeah,
he was just strutting down the street.
So you did the spin at the beginning, transformed even more into a roster guy, and then was like, all right, and then hit the strut. I feel it.
It was crazy.
All right, Pele.
For me, it just reminded me of a song that I know from the band called The Specials, called Ghost Town. It's kind of like reggae, smooth, and horn playing. That's pretty much associated when I first saw the movie Snatch, where just people are just the music is playing as two people just working their lives. They're criminals, of course, so it's more like a kind of a seedier tone, but like a cultural seedier, if that makes sense.
Okay, I feel it. I'm not even a front. I heard this off rip and was just like, I just thought of like two dudes smoking and like chatting it up, like just having a conversation. Like they were chilling in like a room. There was like a lamp. It was like a lava lamp. Both of them were on beanbag chairs.
Smoking a doobie and vibing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna find.
They each had their own doobie though. They weren't passing it. They were just chatting.
Each one has their own doobie.
I was like, all right.
For doobie.
But that is all I have.
You got that fucking shit. Oh,
I'm
sorry.
Your mouth sucks.
Yeah, no, I had to switch back to my old mouse because the other mouse is trash. And so I need to get a new mouse. I need to get another new mouse. Isn't that great?
I got several. You want one?
Is it a vertical mouse? Because I got really used to using vertical mouses.
Yes, it is.
I'll bet.
I have several
sure,
types.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'll take that then.
Are you at an electronics store, Pele?
Might as well be.
But yeah, no, that was a vibe. That was the first Mind Games. We might be doing more stuff like this, more
This is a song thing of
things here and there. But that is what we're doing. This is Mind Games. There's a picture of it. I'll look at it in a second.
Yeah, it's a song. It's a song. You have to listen to it when you can, but you don't have to listen to it right now.
Okay. But we'll do that for sure. We'll probably do more of these. Just random brain teasers, things to kind of get the brain juice and flowing. Next time I do it, I probably won't have the three of you. Well, I may have one of you, but I'll switch up the groupings to see what we do and what other people think. Yeah.
Okay.
But
they probably won't think of
play around
Fortnite
with
in random times.
at the very least, if we do another Mind Games that involves exactly what we did here, I'll switch up the grouping. But that being said, might get some crazy ones in here. See how that plays out. Oh, dude, I can only imagine what Squishy would envision. But let me see something. Yeah, it's 40. Yeah, we're not 40 minutes in, almost 50. Got a little bit left. So, I guess I'll share some things that I did recently, because like I haven't been able to share some of these. Also, y'all can jump out of the stream, so I'm not constantly annoying y'all with the mouse.
Thank you.
Oh. In fact, I was trying to turn it off actually. There you go. But so I was reading a couple books. As y'all know, I'm like a huge Brandon Sanderson fan, so I've been reading through him, and he has so many books that it's kind of just helps to just go through a lot of his stuff. So I read two. There's one known as Yumi and the Nightmare Painter, which good ass book, not gonna lie. That one is purely about like these two characters, a boy and a girl on completely different planets. One of them, the Nightmare Painter, is this dude who has a job of just simply like he goes out into the nighttime and paints nightmares so that they don't attack people that are like in this futuristic city of his, right? Basically, they live. He lives in what I would describe as almost an Attack on Titan ass world,
Mm.
where like yes, it looks futuristic and all cyberpunky, but there is a cloud of darkness that just surrounds the entire thing, and out of that darkness comes these creepy nightmares. That essentially they feed on human thoughts and fears until they can manifest themselves into something more corporeal. And so the idea with nightmare painters is if you catch them early, you can just paint them into something and they'll turn into that thing. And as long as people aren't fearing them, it doesn't affect them. Yumi, on the other hand, is basically a on a whole nother planet where it's constantly sunny and hot. And her whole deal is the fact that it's she's what is called a yukihidro, which what she does is she communicates with spirits and uses rock formations and things like that in order to do it. Lives a super strict, super like I wouldn't say pampered. It is pampered, but it's like restrictive to an extent that it's like it's most people wouldn't want to live it. Like we're talking about like people
Yeah.
she doesn't feed herself. Like she's not allowed to feed herself like type deal. People usually take off her clothes so she could bathe herself. She gets bathed by other people and then gets a little bit of alone time in the bath, like stuff like that, right?
Lucky.
Um, the whole deal is that she's supposed to go to these like locations around the like around her island and communing with these spirits so that she could turn them into things that essentially would be she can make contracts with them. And every time she makes a contract with a spirit, that spirit can be something of use. So, for instance, she makes a contract with a spirit in this one town, like she'll summon like 35 of them or something. And like she'll go through and make a contract with each one of them, and each one of them agreeing to be a different thing that a person needs. So, like, somebody's like, yeah, no, we could use like light because like we haven't had any form of light in our house for like a year. It's like, yeah, okay. The spirit becomes a little ball of light for them to use, or like, hey, I need you to just be like a good unbreakable shovel or a tool for like the next couple of years, and that spirit will just become something like that for them to just toil away for like a farmer or something like that. It's stuff like that, and essentially something happens where they get Freaky Friday, but like
Oh my
the
god.
other one still exists next to them, where they're in like a spirit form but can't interact. So one Yumi's in the Nightmare Painter's body, and the Nightmare Painter is in Yumi's body, but the other one is just sitting around being like, "Can you like not fuck up my life? Can you do? Can you just not do that? Can we try to
Can you
just
stop?
relax and don't do that?"
Just leave me alone.
Obviously, the Nightmare Painter himself is gonna be like, "Bro, I do not. I would like to feed myself. Damn it, I do not like this." And then Yumi, on the other hand, is trying to live life as a normal human, in a very weird world that she's never been in. But off rip, she's already starting problems by just existing over there. Like the first thing she does is like she comes out of Home Dude's room and runs into his crush, and so she's like, "What's the deal with that? why are you why are you in his room?" Because like for some reason, and this is a fun thing, when Yumi is in the Nightmare Painter's body, it looks like Yumi, like just straight up. He like she looked like his body transforms into hers, but when Painter is in Yumi's body is still Yumi. So it's like a weird little thing connection they
Just for
got
them.
going on with that too. So obviously, just by her walking around and doing things, people are like, "What the fuck is going on? who who are you? Why does he know you? Why do you live with him? Where is he?" um, but that one's a really cool one. I would highly recommend checking that one out. It was fun, really fun, like little romance story at the same time. Like they did a cool little thing with it. Just seeing how these two interact and try to figure each other out while basically having their entire life upheaved. The other one is Tress and the Emerald Sea, which this has got it like he's known as the magic system guy, but like some of his world building is like crazy. Um, the entire deal with this, and this is the entire premise, is that we get this mild mannered girl known as Tress, who she's in love with this prince, and she's like a window washer, right? And basically the prince is like, hey, look, man, I actually like kind of like actually do love you, and like his dad basically is like, I don't fuck with that. You're gonna get married off like tomorrow. The moment he sees anything to do with the fact that he likes a window washer, she's like, nah, we ain't having that. So like he sends him off, and he's like, you're gonna get married, and the prince basically makes a promise. He's like, look, man, I'm not gonna get married. I actually really like I like you. I'm gonna do everything I can. He's gonna send me a bunch of princesses. I'm just gonna turn them down, right? But they go on this journey, and so what he does is because Tress really likes cups, which is one of the things. So like Tress is so mild mannered and so like boring. Homegirl like just likes cups. That's like one of her favorite things. Now I think cups could be kind of interesting,
Jesus.
but cups are just her thing. It's like, and so he's like, look, every time I get to a new location, I'm gonna send you a cup, right? It's like I'll send you a different cup from a different location. You'll like it, right? So she keeps getting letters back. She gets a cup, letters back, gets a cup, and then one day she stops getting letters, and she's like, well, that's not a good sign. and then the king comes back. Or also the duke. I'm pretty sure it's the duke. But the duke comes back. His father comes back, and he's like, "Oh yeah, no, I've come back, and I've come back with my heir." And then this big buff dude pulls up, and she's like, That's not your son. Who the fuck is that?" He's just like, "Oh, don't worry about it." He's like, you know, missing in action or something, whatever. Who cares? And so she's like, "Yeah, no, but what happened to your son though? Like, he was supposed to like not like I mean, he was supposed to be like with me, and like." Now he's not here, like at all. And so, like, basically, one of the servants comes through and is like, "Look, man, look, here's the deal. So, like, your lover, your prince your Prince Charming, he did his best. He really was actually turning down every girl. He found a way to actually fuck up. It's quite impressive, actually. I had to give him credit. He found a way to fuck up every single situation he was put in which he was being gifted princesses left and right. That were some of them are crazy. He was like, some of them are baddies. I don't even know how he did that, but he did it.
Jesus.
But his dad caught on, and so they sent him to deal with like they was like, hey, look, I got you. We're gonna send you to get betrothed to the sorceress, who is this chick who is out in the middle of what is known as the Black Sea, or the Nightmare Sea.
See.
And essentially everybody is just like, hey, look, wait a minute. The Night Sea is crazy because there's like a whole sea before that sea known as the Crimson Sea, and people don't even get that. So for him to be all the way over there, it's wild. And they're like, yeah, no, he probably died. And so she's like, damn, like this dude really sent off like my husband to be basically, um, to his death because he didn't want to be with any of his princesses and stuff like that. That's crazy. Um, and then basically like time passes, and she's like, that nigga's alive. I swear to God, he's alive. And everybody's like, are you sure? He's like, no, I look. I don't know what it is, but I know he's out there, and I know he's still alive. I feel like the sorceress just took him as captive, and it's like, okay, well, what do you want to do about it? She's like, I gotta go save him. I have to go save him. It's my only option. I literally have to leave
Who really loves
and go save him. Yes, he really loves him. Really loves him in them cups. And people are like, your best trait is the fact that you like cups. Like that's like your main hobby. I mean, you're a good worker, but I'm not really sure how you're supposed to like traverse the sea in order to get him, because you gotta traverse some like wild shit. Like there's a dragon that owns the Crimson Sea over there. Like that's just a thing. And then like the sorceress is like single-handedly winning a war against like everyone else by herself. So I'm really not sure how you get over there. And it's like, I don't know, but I gotta do it. So like they devise a plan and they send her off, right? So they're like, all right, she's on this trip. Now the crazy thing about this is that she's on this trip to save her lover. One of the things I have to mention about this world that's like the most fascinating thing is I keep talking about the sea. the sea is a bunch of spores. It's not even water. It's like spores. In fact, the way their ships and everything works gives like strong Treasure Planet vibes. But the deal is that like I said, there's spores, basically pollen that are hyper reactive to water. So the Emerald Sea itself, the one she starts on, is if any of these spores touch an ounce of like they get wet in any way, I'm talking about if you spit on it, if it touches your eyeballs, like anyway, if you bleed on it accidentally, my bad, you were sweating too much from working out. They will explode into
That's unnecessary.
vines.
That's unnecessary, money. That's crazy.
into vines, dog. And that's like the first area. Like the other ones get crazier because each of the spores for each of the different seas have a different reaction to it. None of them good. Not a single one of them is a good thing. every spore is a problem. But like I could say the crimson one is interesting because it's like it just turns into spikes, like just red spikes that just will impale shit, and you're like, cool. That's not bad at all. But like apparently like the deal is like that just happens. Like as far as like that goes, like people have to be super cautious about it and things like that. And then apparently you have a sea that can just decide that it wants to stop because like it's all blown by the wind and everything like that, right? So it all moves in this kind of like fashion. You can ride on it, like we said with the ships that they use. But like unlike what happens in like the ocean, where you might not have a lot of tides going on, but you can still sail. The wind still exists. Sometimes in their world, it's just like, all right, we're just gonna chill. We're just gonna not. And so like, just no motion. You get nothing. You just stop. It's like, all right, we're just chilling there. And as nice as that could be really bad in certain situations. Like, you know, if like somebody was tossing or shooting cannonballs at you, or water, for instance, which is one of the more interesting ways to like fight in that world, is that you can launch a cannonball of water at your opponents, and like because what water does in this world, yeah, that's not a great time sometimes.
And imagine that.
Yeah, nah. Just you just watch a cannonball hit and it doesn't do any damage to the ship, but because of where you're at, it just explodes into vines and branches and trees. And it just throws your ship over. It's crazy. But I recommend that one. I highly recommend that one purely for like the world building. The story is actually kind of fun. Genuinely, the story is fun. It's fun to watch Tress literally go on this evolution of her character because, like I said, she's about as boring can get in the beginning. Like she's nice, right? She's a nice little girl. But like genuinely, it's like this is not the character I'm expecting to go on a whirlwind adventure and try to fight everything she has to deal with in this entire book. But you watch her turn into somebody who is capable of kind of doing that kind of stuff through like wits and things of that nature. So it's fun. Um, Highly recommend checking it out. I haven't even said half the stuff that goes on in there. There's some crazier stuff that happens and stuff that's explained. That's like, yeah, no, that's kind of interesting. Um, but I recommend those two off rip. Um, Obviously we've all been playing Marvel Rivals.
Who said anything about that?
I'm just saying that we've all been playing Marvel Rivals, and I think we were supposed to actually talk a little bit about that, which we never got the chance
Us?
to.
Marvel Rivals?
Yes.
No.
Nah. So, thoughts on Marvel Rivals.
Before we get into it,
I
I just want to say I have to get going a little bit earlier than expected for some reason. Surprise! I'll be back on later. If you get finish off the podcast without me.
Yeah, we're almost done.
Make sure you save and
Do the thing.
do all that. To clarify, I think Devon and I have about similar. Devon, 20 of those hours that you have are literally just because you leave the game running. Because
No, I've been playing.
I love you.
He's like,
Oh no! Today I did it. I was playing.
No, but you left it online like one whole night when you went to bed. So like we were probably around the same. We have like 40 some hours, 45 hours now with the game, which is really nice.
Which is
very
fair.
fun.
Yeah.
I think overall I'd give this game like a solid 8 out of 10. You know, 8 out of 10. Realistically, yeah.
Makes sense.
For a game to launch, and the servers work right, and everything's working right, and there's no like constant like server dropping or crashing or anything crazy, I'll take it, and it's free, so I'll take it even more.
Yeah.
Um, and but I do think there's like some tweaks that need to change to the game,
Oh,
like a little bit here and there. There's a couple characters like
That's fine.
Jeff the Shark needs his ult needs some work, and I do think they need to make it harder. Like it needs work. It like it's insane. Like you could be doing the best, most perfect hold of your entire life, and he can just swallow your entire team, and there's nothing you can do about it. And like that's fine to an extent. I hate that it goes invisible and he can just wait in that mode underwater for an indefinite amount of time. I don't know how much it is, honestly. Like it's like a couple seconds.
It's not clear.
And like he can just stay under there and go invisible, and so you don't know where he is. Like if you see him do it, you can easily run away from where he was. But no, and then it's like people that are smart with it will wait for you to like have to get into an engagement with their teammates, and then they'll swallow you and their teammates, spit them out, and then just jump off the many openings to the endless abyss that exists in this fucking game.
Now,
why are there so many openings?
There are
to the
a lot.
endless
I'm
abyss?
not gonna pretend like there aren't. Now that might change as new maps are introduced. Like,
Bigger
but
openings.
Right now, yeah, but right now, currently,
Yeah,
almost every map.
yeah, but like you have like fucking the fucking city map. The city map has like multiple areas that just end in abyss, and it's like we're in a fucking city. What the fuck?
Why is it not a building here or something?
Jeff the Shark's like, I'm about
Like-
to eat this up.
Like it's kind of crazy. I don't think anything else about him is super insane. I think like it's great, just whatever.
But it's his
I
ult
think
specifically that's
Storm needs to get buffed.
Storm needs a buff.
Severely.
There's a couple characters that could get buffed. I'm not even gonna front.
Storm needs a movement buff.
Storm needs a
because
movement buff.
She needs a movement
Wolverine
buff.
needs a
And,
better
like,
damage buff. Just not even, just
Wolverine
genuinely
doing
just
pers-
doesn't kill enough.
Him doing percentage of health damage is not it. I don't know why they do that. Why didn't they just let him be another like Iron Fist is busted as fuck. He makes every other attacker kind of irrelevant.
Every
that's,
other
like,
melee
melee-based.
attacker that's not
you know?
Iron Fist and
That's-
Magic, I would say,
Magic.
because Magic
yeah.
is she does good on her
like
own.
Black
teleports.
Panther.
Black Panther needs
Ooh.
a damage buff, bro.
and he's cool. Like he can be good in the hands of people that really know how to play him. But like
That'd be really good.
I'm gonna be honest.
You
I
have to
would
be
argue
really
Black
good.
Panther needs a rework, but like completely. But like a damage buff would probably do the best thing for him. Like
For now,
Like,
Genuine.
they need a little tweaking. There are some characters that need a little bit of
Spider-Man
tweaking.
could use
I am
just a tad
not
damage
gonna
buff.
lie.
He doesn't need a lot,
I think-
but just a little bit of a damage buff.
After playing Hulk for a while, as much as I don't think it'll ever happen, I think he should get a second like stun clap. Because you
Like a
can
second
do like the stun, you can do one.
I-
but like it'd be
I
kind of useful
don't
to have.
agree,
a
but I
different
haven't
one,
played
too.
much of
Maybe
Hulk.
the damage one.
Like genuinely from like
It comes back very slow. Which
Yeah.
is kind of the thing about
that's
it.
the thing. Like because I haven't played Hulk, I haven't touched Hulk to actually know. But like from an outside, like a person that's gotten hit by it, I wouldn't say he needs a second one. But I do understand you like being like, nah, I kind of like the damage,
I wanna
damage
kill
one,
him.
not
It comes-
the screen,
it-
right?
Yeah, the scream I can understand. I'm
Yeah,
talking
the
about the
stun.
clap that damages.
Okay, yeah, no, that's
I'm talking
fine.
about the clap
Yeah,
that
no, he could
the
probably
stun
use
is
second
kind of like I get the stun, not getting a second because I could just stun both the healers and beat the fuck out of them. Like I get it.
Yeah.
You have to pick and choose. But the clap, I think you could.
He could just
get
use
a
like an
second
extra
one,
second.
realistically.
clap. Yeah, no, that's fair.
Like I don't think it would bust him too. Like it would make him too busted because like plenty of characters can just tank an entire clap. And it's like yeah. It makes sense, but like then it takes so long for it to come back that by the time you get it back, you're like, ooh, if you don't have like a team there, it can be really rough.
That's
But
fair.
like I think
Yeah,
on the
he's a second.
overall, I think the game, I think it'd be
Squirrel Girl
pretty
hurts
good.
a lot.
What's your opinion?
I think she's fine, but she
It's
hurts
so
a lot.
fun. The stoner bombs is so fun to do. Bang,
Oh
bang,
yeah, nah,
bang.
it is.
Devon's
Obviously,
played quite a good bit of Scarlet Witch.
obviously, everyone is
Oh.
aesthetically pleasing in this game.
Oh,
I love
Several
Tabby
times.
I
Toss.
was gonna say that some of the outfits are a little over designed for me, in my
That's fair.
opinion.
I
But
can- no, I-
don't
I
think
can
it's their
understand that.
fault because some of them are like Sentai outfits that I'm like, yeah, Sentai outfits are just kind of over designed to the sake of it. Like some of them,
Mhm.
some like a lot of the aesthetics they're going for. But there are a couple of the outfits that I do like. But like I think for like Captain America has this one like weird like Captain Talon or whatever the fuck, I don't know what it's called.
Oh yeah,
And
nah,
like
I
I'm
thought
just
that
like,
one was
why is
sick.
this like
It's so
why
good.
it looks cool, but why is this a fucking Captain America skin? It looks so weird for it to be a Captain America skin. This is like an Iron Man suit. What is happening? Like it's so weird.
Oh, dude, I
Um,
do have one tad like tidbit nerd thing I want to go off on like a little bit, which is it's like a Spider-Man thing because I just someone pointed out to me and I was like, wow, what the fuck? Why is it like this? Um, so they have the MCU Iron Spider skin in there, right? And they call it the
yeah.
No Way Home skin. And I'm sitting there going like, wait a minute, he like barely uses that suit in that movie. It's not the integrated suit, like the one with the gold spider that looks better, right?
Yeah.
Like it's not that one because that's actually the No Way Home suit. And then I'm looking at it being like, man, why the fuck did they choose this suit? It's like the worst suit he has in the entire MCU. Like it looks good in the game just because
I mean,
of
the first one
the
they found.
nature of how they designed all their characters, right? So like the over designing kind of does it looks better. Plus they use a more vibrant red. It just looks a little slightly better in the game. Like for some reason their rendition just looks a bit better. But like I'm like looking at it genuinely kind of being like they didn't go with the Stark suit, like the quote unquote the Stark suit. I hate that. It's called like the red and blue one that he first shows up with, right? They didn't go with the red and black one either. They didn't go with the integrated suit with the gold spider that looks kind of actually kind of cool, right? That was for the movie. And then they didn't even go with the new suit that he's gonna be having when Spider-Man 4 rolls around, because that's what he has at the end of the movie. And I'm like, why that one? But that's just like a me random nerd thing that I was like, what the fuck? What?
I'm using that.
Huh?
I see that.
For what reason? Why? But I like a lot of the skins in this. I think well obviously everybody flipped out over the Psylocke skin, right? But I actually think it was a really cool redesign of her classic outfit. Um I think a couple characters can use some new like some good skins. Like we're lacking some. Like obviously we got Punk Storm, right, which is really cool. Um, I don't think Squirrel Girl's secondary outfit is really that good. I think her default design is real good though. I'm not gonna lie. There's like the more I look at it, the more I like it. We talked a little bit about the Wolverine one, where like he like parts of his old classic suit is in the jacket, and I think that that's like really sick. Um, I'm trying to think of someone that like stands out though, like another standout. But I think there's a because you mentioned like some of them are a little over designed. I'm not gonna agree with that. Some of them are just kind of like, just
I think
kinda,
Hawkeye, for example, like Hawkeye.
yeah, Hawkeye's a bit
I
over
think
designed.
I don't like I've said it before, but I don't like that stupid blonde fucking thing
Ponytail
that
he has
Namor
going on.
has.
Oh yeah,
It's not even the ponytail.
oh yeah, no, he
The
has like
ponytail's
the little
fine.
cow.
It's just this
thing.
stupid
Yeah.
little cowlick thing, and I'm like, get rid of that and just leave his hair
Mm.
fucking brown. He's brown. What the fuck has he got a one streak of brown? Like what the fuck?
Some people be dying
Like,
their hair, bro. Some
there's
people
a
get
couple
the
of
best ones,
things
too.
in it. This is like okay, and then there's others like I think Mantis looks awesome. I love Mantis
Yeah, and I think
design in this
Mantis
game.
is
I really
really
like it.
Man, this is a fun one.
And like her uniform, her outfit isn't really that over designed. You know, actually it looks very nice,
Mm.
kind of simple. You know, but very nice and nice and vibrant. You know, each character has like a color palette.
Yeah.
It's crazy how making nice characters that look good and like have cool outfits and cool colors and vibrant colors will sell the game.
Concord. It'll
It's
just do
crazy.
it. It's crazy.
Characters I didn't even give a fuck about, Cloak and Dagger, for example. Like, well, what the fuck? Dope ass design for both of them. They look dope as shit. You know,
I'm a little weird
Like
on
Jeff the
the
Shark.
cloak design, but like I think it's cool for what they're going for. But I'm a little weird
I
on
like
his
the whole
design.
black. I like how he's like a stand, bro. It's
Yeah,
so
no, I
fucking
think
cool.
that's the part that makes it really cool to me is that he's a stand.
I like how cool. I like that. It's fucking cool shit.
It just throws me off because I'm used to him not being a stand, so it's like that nigga has a body. Like, where's
Yeah.
the body? But at the same time, I go like, yeah, you're right. You do look like a stand. It's kind of cool. I think the design really cool, actually, in general. Like, just as far as like swapping back and forth between them and how they work, I think that's super cool. But yeah, no, we've been playing a lot of that. Obviously,
that
as a
shit.
Hulk man. But what else you been playing?
I've played a lot of Hulk. I've played quite a bit of Hulk. Can I see how many
Iron
hours
Man
you
is
Yeah, you
played?
can
so
see each
you
person.
can see everybody. Iron Man is so fun if they don't pay attention to you.
Iron Man or Iron
Iron
Fist?
Man.
What is it?
Iron Man. No, Iron Man genuinely,
Iron Man,
like,
yeah.
people just don't look up and don't attack
Some
you.
people don't have that game sense, and they just don't look up,
It's
and like maybe
beautiful.
they're busy getting their shit pushed in. You know what I mean?
It's not
Yeah.
even like a game. I don't even think it's a game sense thing. Because sometimes, like, when you have people like Punisher and stuff like that, where it's like your job is to take out an Iron Man, right? You remember to look up because that's your job, right? Like, you have to be the one to do it.
I don't think
But,
they give
like,
the
for
concept
people
of
like-
jobs money. Like some
Yeah.
people.
Some people just don't do it. But for people like Mantis, for instance, or like a Mantis won't look up normally. It doesn't need to because a lot of the fights
Bro,
happening in front of it.
I sniped the dog fuck out of Iron Man, bro. As a Mantis, someone who plays a lot of Mantis, bro, it's so fun.
Oh, yeah, no, you can
'Cause
do
she
it,
actually,
right?
it's so like
she could do.
the
She's
fuck
one
outta
of the,
here, Tony.
Yeah, she's one of the
Fuck
people
off,
that
Tony.
can do it. But like, I mean, like in general, like if you're playing against like just with randoms, like your Mantis isn't gonna look up because the Mantis is trying to keep everybody else alive. Like that's on the ground, right? So it's like, yeah,
Where
you
do
could
you
try to
see how
snipe that
long you've
dude.
played
You
with
could,
characters.
and I don't blame you for trying to because
Okay, here we are.
she could do it.
Oh, I have 8.2 hours on Hulk. Played like almost 10 hours of Hulk.
It was like Spider-Man is Spider-Man. He flips in, does his thing, and leaves. He that's his whole deal.
Holy shit! I've played for 8.2 hours and I've got 827 KOs.
Damn.
Dang. Devon, what's your main actually?
My main is Scarlet Witch. But I love
Scarlet
Iron Man.
Witch, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we learn new characters.
Mhm.
Honestly.
Everyone's just been
Works.
bouncing
Penny-
around for the most part.
Penny
Penny's
is
super
also.
fun.
I've been enjoying Penny.
Penny's super fun.
I'm trying to play a little bit more Hella. I gotta get my aim up, but it is
Mhm.
satisfying to just snipe people with her. Oh my god.
I have so much fun playing Medic.
I love Cloak and Dagger. Our name is so interesting.
Venom is that dude.
Venom
still
was fun.
remains that dude.
I tried Venom. He's very fun.
He's very fun. You just dive in and fuck people up
Oh, if you have a healer,
and then
Bro,
live.
almost every time Amaya and I have gone Venom Hulk together, it's unfortunate for the team we're going up against. Like,
They should
it's
not
so
have
bad.
shown up. Like,
It's so bad. Like he lands on them, I dive in, start swinging. I give him a shield. He heals. Like I can just sit there forever.
Now, you know who's like surprisingly fun? And I'm like, I mentioned it obviously off camera, but like now that we're talking about it here. Captain America is like super
Yeah.
fun. And there's something about his because like Leon was playing him, and I realized when Leon was playing him, I was like, interesting. What about Captain America's got Leon? And I started messing around with it. I'm like, dude,
It takes a while to learn.
It does take a while
He
to
is
learn.
one of those characters that you need to learn him
But, like, he is like aggression incarnate, and you wouldn't expect it, but like he's like, yeah, nah, like yes, he's a dive tank, but he's like more
you
aggressive
have to
than
be in
Venom.
that shit.
Like
You have to be in that shit.
He-
'Cause
yeah.
you have to hit people to build up the bounces so you can get more shields thrown at them, like more bounces off of them. So you just
also
melt people.
the crazy part with him is that like the last part of his combo also throws a shield. You don't even have to press
Yeah.
it. Like if you do it, he will.
No,
do
but like
a
the more you
bounce.
hit somebody, the more it stacks too. Yeah.
Oh
it
yeah,
stacks
like
more.
he'll just get a shield bounce off of that too. Like, but like, what I mean is like as long as you're punching people, like the last hit of his combo will just throw a shield that hits people.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm like, okay. And then on top of that, you get the actual just press E to throw shield and bounce off of people.
And like the shield bash that he does, and
Mhm.
then like the sprint he has, it's like damn, it's crazy.
A lot of really cool stuff in there.
Oh, Danny, why are you joining us right now?
He does not learn. he does not learn. But we're like an hour 18. So I mean,
Yeah, we can.
it's about that time. We do have to get to a D&D session soon. So we'll call it here. So we were
funny
invaded,
Danny pulled up.
but this would be a nice spot to end it.
I was so shit.
I know.
funny.
I saw nobody saying anything, but oh, that's funny.
Just continue. Yeah, continue.
It's because he had muted himself. I'm like, Danny.
And then see, did that. Oh, Danny, no.
But without further ado, we're going to. Eventually, you guys will heal from Danny. Danny just has to get his stuff together.
Just wrote
Mike,
chat,
this
sorry.
is serviceable.
He's one of
Everybody
the.
have a good night.
Yeah, take it easy. Enjoy yourselves.
Merry
Bye.
Christmas.
Happy New Year.